This week saw the resignation of Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York. Yep. He was ultimately all by himself trying to defend against charges that were brought by 11 different women who revealed alleged behavior that was sleazy, creepy, disgusting, and in some cases, criminal. The women accusing him were mostly women who worked for him at one time or another. His political allies abandoned him and called on him to resign, including his own senior staff, President Biden, Nancy Pelosi, the entire Democrat New York congressional delegation, and a majority of the Democrats in the state assembly. I mean, more than enough in the assembly to successfully impeach him, which they had already started doing. Even then, the political world was, quite frankly, caught off guard when he abruptly announced his resignation, effective 2 weeks from the announcement. Now, frankly, Cuomo is one of the most arrogant political figures of modern times. He vowed he would fight the allegations and he would never resign. To be fair, he was entitled to due process and a presumption of innocence. But those are his legal rights. His decision to get out of office was a political surrender. But it became obvious even to him that he had run out of goodwill and support from his political peers, as well as from the voters, heck, even the press. And when a Democrat loses the press in New York, man, you're in trouble, okay? But it shouldn't be forgotten that the serious and troubling accusations about his sexual harassment and even assault of various women, that wasn't the only charge that he was facing. For well over a year, he had been under scrutiny for ordering COVID-positive patients from hospitals into nursing homes, which infected thousands of nursing home residents who died from what was a very deadly decision. Making matters worse, it appeared that he not only lied about the number of those who died, revealed to be over 15,000, but he had covered up the numbers and underreported them, and then had his staff help conceal the truth from the families, the legislature, and the press. And in the midst of that, he wrote a vanity book about his self-proclaimed superior leadership of the COVID crisis, for which he was apparently paid north of $5 million, money which he pocketed, even though his taxpayer-funded staff helped research and prepare his book. So there really were at least three things that pushed him out of his prideful perch, and any one of those three alone would have been grounds for his impeachment or for his resignation. Oh, and did I mention that he got an Emmy? Yeah, for his long and insufferable press conferences during the early months of COVID, because he mostly whined that the federal government wasn't doing enough for him, despite the fact that President Trump was sending him a hospital ship that he never used, more ventilators than he asked for are ever needed, and medical supplies by the truckload. A number of years ago, I was the Republican lieutenant governor of Arkansas back in 1996. The Democrat governor was forced to resign after being convicted of felonies by an Arkansas jury. I have feelings of real empathy for New York Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, who has less than 2 weeks to prepare to ascend to the governorship. An abrupt change in leadership is a tumultuous time for a state, and the transition is way more intense than people understand. She's going to have a limited time to assemble a staff, physically move into the office and governor's mansion, meet with the current staff and cabinet members, and discuss with the legislators the path going forward. Now, we should never celebrate the fall of a political leader, but we should celebrate that when a politician totally betrays the trust of the people, he does step aside so the people can remember that they are the ones with the power, and sometimes they simply have a right to take that power back. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, then subscribe, and hit the notification bell below. Now, if you didn't like it, you ought to find a Ben Shapiro video to detox you with more facts.